Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. I mentioned in one of my videos, or in fact several of them actually, that I had a rather good game yesterday, and I thought I'd share it with you. I actually got messages after the game thanking me for what I did. You'll see why when the video progresses. I'm in the SU-130PM, the Tier 8 Soviet Premium Tank Destroyer. Getting off to a rather slow start. I think that's because the ground is rather muddy and the terrain resistance is very poor, because this thing's got a top speed of 65 kilometers an hour and I was barely doing 30 at that start area. It's Siegfried Line, south spawn, and basically I'm taking up the position of a flanking tank destroyer to hold this flank of the map and stop the enemy from progressing down this side, or at least to blunt their attack if they do try. Got an AMX-50-120 up ahead of me, and I'm covering this quarter. It's usual for the enemy to try and get an attack down that flank, and if they do succeed, then they can roll in and ignore what's going on in town and start shooting our teammates in the back. I've got a 13cm gun as my main armament, and this tank was actually based on the SU-130PM. It's basically the Scorpion G in Soviet form. It's actually got a higher alpha than the Scorpion. The Scorpion's got 490, this one has 520. And the penetration's not too bad either. With standard shells, it's 243mm a pen. And with the premium rounds, the heat rounds, it goes 320mm. And this is a tier 9 game with tier 8 tank destroyers and tier 8 tanks in it. Well, the 5120 has decided he wants to go in and get some damage on the enemy on the other side of town. That's probably not a wise decision at this stage, although I do relocate to try and assist if he does succeed. The reason being is normally a tank destroyer watching over that area, and yes, he's found that out to his cost. He's just taken a big hit for 414, so somebody was watching that corner. And seeing that he just took damage, I've relocated to the lake side to try and help out. I can still cover that corner, and we now know there's a Wizzy 111 GFT at the back up on the hills. And that guy's going to figure in this game a little later. Now, I don't have a shot on that guy. He's gone unspotted, but from this position I should normally be able to get a shot into him. What I can see is an SU-101. Will he come around that corner? Yeah, well, enough of him came around the corner for me to get a shot for 514, which is a low roll, but unfortunately he just killed our AMX-50-120, which leaves me as the only person on this side. But I might still be able to get a shot into him from this corner if he stays there. So I'm sneaking into a position using him. There's a bunker between us. If I can use these bushes to actually get into cover and still cover the corner, just in case somebody comes round. No shots on any of the enemy coming out of the town yet. It looks like that SU-101 has gone back into the town. Yes, I can't cover the corner. I've actually gone into the bush because obviously I was seeking protection just in case somebody did come around the corner. But I realised as well that this position, without that 5120 being here, I'm all on my own, and I don't really want to be too exposed in this spot, so I'm going to pull back for the moment. Our team are losing 0-3. Yeah, I'm afraid we are well down, but on hit points, well, we're only 3,000 down, 2,000 down. It's not so bad. And there's the SU-101, and yes, got him. So he made the mistake of coming back to that spot, and I only had a fraction to see him and took him out. Okay, so I'm just going to move up a bit, knock this tree down to give me a bit of cover, and then I'll sit behind it. I actually heard from somebody recently, they said that fir trees don't provide any cover whatsoever. I'm not so sure that's true, If you do knock a fir tree down, I'm sure that it does actually provide some cover. But they were saying that standard deciduous trees, that's the big bulky ones like the ones you're seeing in the frame right now, actually do have more cover than the fir trees. Certainly I know that you shouldn't sit behind a fir tree when it's still upright, because obviously the base of the tree, there's no branches, and yes, you would show underneath. We're only 2 tanks now. Well, actually 2 tanks ahead now, so we are doing rather well, and the score on the hit points is now equalised. Okay, I'm still covering my quarter. It's very important to have players who actually do cover the flanks. So many players, so many teams do not cover their flanks, and as a consequence they get wiped out because an enemy does a thrust right down one side, and they literally tear the enemy a new one. Okay, now I've just moved forward to this bush. Still see what's going on, but I can't raise my gun. My elevation isn't enough, so I'm going to have to pull back, because the bank here, over here, is a little better. And yes, I can now raise my gun enough to get my shots on target. The gun depression on this tank is only 7 degrees, along with most Soviets it doesn't have much. Gun elevation is 17 degrees, which again is not really a lot. And you can see why, because the gun mount itself, which is open, doesn't allow the gun to move back. Now, I've noticed that the enemy is in that corridor along this road, and although I'm taking a risk because I might get spotted by that Wizzy, I've now got 2 enemy tanks, an AMX-5120 who takes my first shot for 544, and I've got the rear end, or the ass end, of an E75 as well. Yeah, the AMX-5120 realised he needed to get out of there, and I fire around him, but the E75 expires before my shot arrives. So that 5120 just got nuked, and we're now just 1 tank ahead, but we are moving. Okay, well there's only 4 enemies out there, and I'm expecting that Wizzy 111 to be out there somewhere. And I just spotted on my minimap there's a Striv. Where are you? There you are. Striv S1, the tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer, Swedish tank destroyer, sorry, not Soviet. And oh, I fired it, hit the sculpture, but it didn't go through. I thought it would actually go straight through and kill him. So I'll give it another go. Well, that one destroyed the statues and the blocks in the way. It did hit the Striv, but it didn't penetrate the armor. I think it went into the tracks. Now, have I got another view? Not really. He's looking my way, and he expires before he can shoot. There's that Wizzy 111 GFT, and we've got a Ferdinand, and it looks like an E50. There's the Wizzy. He's just moving through the frame, but I couldn't shoot in time because I wasn't fully dialed in. Okay, well, my next target's going to be that Ferdinand. Now, I'm still 100% health, but my team, well, they're not so much. They've lost a lot of hit points. As the Wizzy did see me because my sixth sense did go off, and the Ferdinand's just around the corner. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm coming. I'm not going to be able to catch him unawares. There he is. Hello, Mr. Ferdinand. My shot missed the target, but he hit my tracks in return. So I haven't lost any hit points, but I have damage for tracks. Okay, we've just lost one of our teammates. Can I get a kill shot on the Ferdinand? Go on, show me the corner of your tank. There you go. Send you back to the garage. Okay, so there's only 2 enemies, and there's 2 of us left on our team. An E50 and a Wizzy 111 GFT are the enemies. And on my team, I've still got a Charioteer. Now, where is that E50? I think he's just around the corner. No, he's not, but I just got spotted by somebody. And I'm looking around frantically trying to work out who it was. So I realised I've got to get out of town quick, because if that guy did see me but I didn't see him, he's got the jump on me. So I come around this corner, seeing if it's somebody from that direction. No joy. Are they round this side? I can see where our charioteer is, and then suddenly I see the SU-130 GFT, the guy we saw at the start of the battle who killed the 5120, and he's just wiped out our charioteer. So it's now 1 versus 2, and the team are now relying on me to win the game for them. I've got my full 1100 hit points. The enemy's only got 485. Now I can see where the Wizzy is. Stop, take aim. One shot's all it takes, and the the E50 comes into view. He misses his first shot. He comes towards me. I auto aim on and win the game with that final shot. So 1 against 2, and I prevailed. And here's the end of battle results, and it was only a second class tanker for bigger stickers in the SU-130PM. I got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. I got 4 exactly, and a 5 effect for doing more damage than the hit points from my own vehicle. We look at the team scores, we can see I'm a bit way down the table. In fact, I'm mid-table. I only got 2,024 hit points of damage. The high scorers in this game were actually the E50 on the enemy team, the last one alive on the enemy team, 3,853 hit points of damage. And the second highest was the charioteer, who was the last other player on my own team who was alive with 3,523 hit points. When it came to kills, I actually managed to score the highest number in that game, funnily enough. 4 kills for me, 3 kills for the Progetto 60, is that 65? 66, sorry. And also for the SU-130 GFT, who got taken, unfortunately, and you couldn't actually see me at all off in the distance. But yes, because he just killed the charioteer, he was still visible. And the E50 got 3. And so, yes, we all shared, they all shared second place on kills. And when it came to base XP, I'm actually better off. I'm in 3rd place on that one with 1,023. The top scorer being the Object 7032, who got 1,119. And the Progetto managed to get 1,085, just a short distance above me. I only fired 10 rounds in that game, got 7 direct hits and 6 penetrations. Damage of 2,024 hit points, of which 154 were at more than 300 meters, so most of it at close range shooting. I received 1 hit. It was a non-penetration. That was the shot from the Ferdinand, went into my tracks, thankfully. 1 enemy vehicle spotted. Not sure who that was, but it may have been the SU-101. And 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 destroyed. And I earned 45,533 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply took away 56,150, 1,023 XP times 4 for the first victory, 768 from personal reserves, and 154 for this being a premium vehicle. I took away 7,062 experience points altogether. I say carry the team. It's not a true carry in the sense that I actually did more damage or more kills than the rest of the team all put together. In actual fact, all I did really was stay alive as long as I could, but I did end the game with no damage whatsoever from the enemy. Other than the shot into the tracks by the Ferdinand, and at least I cleared up and took out the last 2 remaining enemies to give us the win. I wouldn't be denying that it was a nervous moment. I thought the pressure was on me, but I realised I could do it because I had enough hit points to trade. And when that SU-130 GFT made a quick dash to the cap, I realised then that obviously I was going to get a clean shot at him in the side, and he was so low on hit points at that point that just 1 shell was going to be enough for him, and 1 shell was enough for the E50. So just a quickie, because I thought you should see that, because the good thing is that I actually did get congratulated by the team afterwards. People actually messaged me to say thank you, you carried us at the end. And really, I didn't do a whole lot other than just stay alive. That was the most important thing. And sometimes just sitting on the flanks and covering a flank to stop the enemy making a thrust down that way can be very beneficial, because it means you're a full health tank destroyer waiting for the enemy. And then when you do go into action, they suddenly feel your wrath. And yes, at least I got enough damage to justify my existence. And we got a victory out of it in the end. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.